Had a request from one of my YouTubers asking me to explain why is it that people are so mad that there is a certain reaction from the black community when it comes to white people using the word nigger or nigga. First of all, people need to understand historically what that word has represented and what it was used for and still used for to this very day. And just because some have dead black sellout, coon, handkerchief head try to make justification for it does not mean that the entire black community uses that word or accept that word. There are a lot of black people out here who do not like that word, no matter what context it's used in. Now, that's not saying we don't understand that why blacks use it or understand the difference when people use it. But the fact remains, white people shouldn't say that word. I know you're going to say it's a double standard, and maybe it is a double standard. But guess what? There are a lot of terms that people use in different ethnic groups that people don't use. Now, before I go any further, you see this picture of Jay and Gwyneth. This picture is very misleading. Like most images with black men and white women, misleading. Because if you go on any site or watch any video, whether it be on YouTube or anywhere else, or look at the images in media, they usually like to show an image of a black man with a white woman. Now, first of all, Gwyneth like she's fucked out of her head, like she's high or drunk. Okay, Jay look all normal and shit. You know, he's still like Joe Camel to me. But anyways, I'm sorry, forgive me for saying that, but I just don't have respect for him and Kanye and Beyonce and Oprah and none of them handkerchief heads in Hollywood. But anyways, look at how she looked. But this image will make you think that Jay and Gwyneth are a little bit more than what they are in this image. And there are images that show Jay and Gwyneth touchy feely. But I'm going to show you the original image. Let's see, where is that? I think this is it right here. This is the original image. See his wife there? See Jay in the middle? See Gwyneth? Now, see, very misleading, isn't it? Now, notice they didn't show Beyonce. No matter how much she lightened her skin, no matter how much she lightened her hair, no matter how much weave she put in her hair, they always going to try to connect him to a white woman or a white person. See how misleading images can be? I want y'all to look at this again. Okay? Look at it. Then look at this. Very misleading, okay? Now, let me see. Then you had The Dream, a hip hop singer touring with Jay-Z and West, who Paltrow mentioned in their tweet, came to her defense saying, people give the N-word too much power. You know, this is what happened when we don't teach our history to each other. When mothers and fathers, aunts and uncles, teachers don't sit down and tell black children their history or make black children know their history. White people tell their kids before they can crawl, before they can walk, before they can talk, this is how it's going to be. We're the only group of people out here that don't do this. Every other group of people tell their children how it's going to be, and this is what you're supposed to think. We're the only people who don't do that. Jay-Z is 42 years old. Gwyneth will be 40 this year, if I'm not mistaken. Kanye in his mid-30s. Beyonce in their early 30s. Okay? All these motherfuckers knew better. Okay? And when Gwyneth said that's the title of a song, that don't give you pause to say it. When Michael Jackson used that song, remember that song, They Don't Really Care About Us? And Michael was trying to say how people do, a certain group of people, they do the same things to other people they do to each other. When he said, Jew me, sue me, everybody do me, kick me, kike me, don't you black and white me. Didn't the Jewish community go up and get up in arms about it? And didn't they go even further on Michael Jackson than they have been? They called Michael Jackson anti-Semitic. It's a clip that I had put up on the original video where Minister Farrakhan spoke about the hypocrisies about a certain group of people. Now, people have said Gwyneth Paltrow is Jewish. I have to look into it. But if she is, she should be the first person to know better. Now, what if Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye, myself, and other members in the black community start going around saying, hey, Jay, why don't you make a song about kikes in New York, Degos in New York, Spicks in New York, chinks, japs, gooks, hajis, towel heads in New York or any other city or any other situation? Watch your reaction be swift. White people want to be able to say these things, and other ethnicities want to say this word with impunity, but they don't want the trouble associated. This is why they get so pissed off. You hear white people say, it's just a word. Well, okay, I got a question. Rush Limbaugh called Sandra Fluke a slut. Slut is the worst word on the planet. But look how fast white women came out. Look how fast they organized. Look how they went and pulled black women into the fray. But when Rush was talking about Mrs. Obama, Oprah Winfrey, or any other black woman, I didn't hear white women get outraged. They only outraged when they can't say something or when somebody called them on their shit. And when a white person used to turn, why can't I say the word nigger? You dealing with a racist. If a white person say, want to throw Dr. King in your face, you're dealing with a racist. No ifs, is, and buts. You're dealing with a racist. Trust me on this one, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna scroll down and read something. Let me read this. And these are all white folk. And there's some blacks in. So it's okay for African Americans to write, say the exact same repeatedly, even singing a song titled such. But oh my God, an overprivileged white woman writer says, and it's a controversy. Well, I don't like Paltrow. I have to take her side on this. And the dream is right, saying too much power is given to the word, even if it's out of context. And the double standard is ridiculous. Okay, so like I said, the very same white women, white men that's bitching about this word, they owe Rush Limbaugh apology then. Those sponsors need to go back to Rush Limbaugh. Now, I'm by no means a Rush Limbaugh fan, but y'all overreact to the word slut, bitch, honey. Remember when President Obama was then Senator Obama, he was running, he called a white woman honey, meant no harm. He's sexist. See, white people, especially, and I'm going to tell you, you hear a lot of white women talking about the double standard more than anything because they used to use that word very quickly. Now, I'm not saying white men don't use it, but white women, they the first ones to say, well, it's a double standard. Why can't I use it? So if I called you bitch every morning, hey, bitch, come over here. You mean tell me you wouldn't take it offensive? Think about why it's offensive to black people. Our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents, us have heard that word all our lives. It's been used in a derogatory state as a term, a statement, how you want to describe it. Now, granted, there are black people who use that word entirely too much, but it's based on education, it's based on lack of knowledge, or it's based on just conditioning. Blacks were lynched, were murdered, have been arrested, have been denied jobs, have been driving down the street and their words been yelled at us. It's happened to me. It's happened multiple times where I be in my car and white kids be driving past or be walking past and yell the word nigger and throw something and run. And then the first thing they bring up, well, blacks say honky and cracker. First of all, how many blacks use the term cracker and honky just nowadays? You might hear cracker. You might hear cracker, and it's even misused, and people don't know why it's used. But honky, come on. Y'all been watching a little too many George Jefferson reruns. But even if they did use those words, it doesn't carry the same connotation that the word nigger carries, or nigga. But see, back in the 90s, those Jewish producers and them Asian owners of these companies that started buying these record companies said, we can make money off of it, and we can also poison their image and control what these niggas say. NWA, make some more albums using the word nigger and bitch and whore, talking about shooting people. Tupac, blah, 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 blah. And for damn near 20 years they've been doing it. And every time black people like myself say, yo, brothers and sisters, just not use that word. We send a mixed message to our people. I don't give a fuck what message we send to white folk. Racist or not, I don't give a fuck. Because they're going to use it regardless. And when they use it in a malicious fashion. If you're not racist, you wouldn't understand why that word is not to be used. When I was in the Army, one of my battle buddies had said, "Hey, nigga," and I said, "Hey, such and such, don't use that around me." "Hey, man, you get to what to say." I said, "Please don't use that. When I say insult, a slur." Well, my black friend in California, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. You're not in California, and me and you are not friends like that. Use that word with him. But I guarantee after a certain period of time, he's going to start getting tired of hearing you say that. Well, I never thought about it that way. I said, you need to understand. Do I use any slurs to talk about you guys? Or any negative terms to describe you? No. Don't do it around me. That's all I ask you. And he stopped. And I had another battle buddy who played rap entirely to the unedited version. I said, bro, you might want to turn that down or get the radio edit. Well, it's just the truth. I said, okay, you're going to get your truth. We in the combat zone. We can't go damn nobody out. We can't complain. We can't ignore them. We stuck around these guys. I'm telling you right now, it's going to come out at some point. He didn't believe me. They started making nigger jokes. He looking at me. I didn't say a word because I told him what's about to happen. One day I was off mission. One of my rare days I was off for mission. He comes into the barracks. He was upset. And he told me about the Iraqis was using the word nigger. And the guys in the patrol were laughing and using the word too. And he was upset. And I told him, he said, yeah, you was right. So we went out on the next day. And some little Iraqi kids called me. I said, don't say that. And one of my sons said, hey, such and such. They just saying because rap. I said, I'm not a rapper. And I said, because rappers say it don't mean that somehow give everybody a pass. And I said, for you to come at me as an NCO, you should know better. Well, you call me racist? I didn't call you racist. But the automatically thing that he went to is that because I corrected him, he went to that racist. See, you can tell a racist. They get super defensive all of a sudden. Then they try to turn that shit back around and say blacks are, and I think I saw somewhere they say blacks are the most racist. Let me see. I saw here, blacks are the most racist. Let's see. Where is it at? I want to see this. Okay. Back off, idiots. Blacks are by far the most racist people on the planet. And why? Because they use it as a crutch when it suits their needs. I too don't like Gwyneth Paltrow much, but she did nothing but tweet the name of the song, which we haven't had any black people complaining about. So racist, shut up and leave her alone. Or ex Jay-Z and Kanye change the name of the song. See, first of all, this person want to throw it back on Jay and Kanye. Now, I ain't leaving any of them of creating this mess either. But blacks are the most racist. So blacks went to another person's country, befriended them, or plotted against them, and claimed they created society or civilization, philosophy, medicine. Blacks went to other countries and enslaved and killed the indigenous population. Blacks kept people from living in communities by themselves, kept from going to school, having certain jobs. But we're the most racist. I don't see blacks out here forming militias. I don't see blacks going around shooting little white kids just willy-nilly. See, this is how you know you're dealing with racists. And this is why I say that we as a black community got to start calling this shit out. Now, until I start seeing images of black people standing around a person that's been hung, or I start seeing black kids going after 45-year-old white men walking out of a motel and beat the shit out of them and run them over, and then use a slur or laugh and joke about it, until I see black kids going to homes, killing innocent white people, then we can talk about blacks being racist. Now, you might have an isolated instance where a black person might do something to a white person, but that's not a racist. That's just a random act. Most blacks don't fuck with white people like that. But you always hear white people say that blacks are the most racist. Why can't they use the word? Like Dr. Laura Schlesinger, when that black woman called and said her husband and his friends were insulting her, instead of talking to the woman about how to talk to her husband, she threw it right back around blacks, especially black men. This is why I say Jay, Kanye, and all these other rappers that show these negative images or play into these stereotypes, they need to be put on blast. This is why I say Those old movies and TV shows and cartoons that showed us the most vile stereotypes, they should be in heavy rotation. Black schools, black institutions, black churches should show these images to not just young people, but old people. Understand that rap, modern day television, modern day movies is nothing but the same shit that our people fought and died for to eradicate. But we haven't. Because some of us thought after Dr. King died, because you saw a black man and a black woman on television or in a newsroom or an office, or they moved in certain communities or was able to go to certain stores, that racism disappeared. Then you got these other so-called egregious groups cutting our throat. Let me show you something else. Remember I went and showed you at the beginning of the video about the image can be misleading, about with Jay-Z and Gwyneth. Let me show you something. All the image they could have showed is this. Why not? This is more suggestive than anything. Why didn't they show that image? But they show image with nothing going on. I'm going to point this shit out. Jay is completely sold the fuck out. I'm sorry, I showed the same. It's another image. I got a few more up here. Let's see. Look. Grown ass man, pants off his head. He touchy-feely with this white woman. I got money, they fucked each other. I got money. That's why she felt comfortable to say what she said. That's why she felt it's the title of the song. So I'm waiting, Jay. I'm waiting for y'all to make y'all song. I'm waiting for rap. I'm waiting for rappers to make songs using slurs about other ethnicities. And watch how fast people start talking about we got to go after rap music. See, blacks can point out the hypocrisy and point out how racist this country truly is if you use your common sense. But for those people out there who's asking me, those black people out there who's asking me who actually don't get it, hear me out again. They want to be able to use the word nigger or nigga without repercussions. It's not they trying to be hip. They want to use it when you can't call them out and they shit, or they won't get in trouble, or you won't sue them, or you won't beat their ass. That's why they bitching about it. It's the same reason why they come to black YouTube channels or websites. They have a sick ass obsession with us. When I do videos defending black women, they come vote videos down hard and heavy. When I do videos telling the black men got to step it up, they voted down hard and heavy. But when I'm critiquing black Americans, videos never get voted down. You don't hear no comments. As long as we criticize and disrespect each other, they love that shit. And they want us to keep doing this. This is why I have no respect for black Hollywood or black entertainers, period. Because you guys have access. You're too busy wanting to get in pictures and photos with people like this. You're too busy wanting to be in this little clique that you know you're only there because you're rich. Just like President Obama. This man was looking for himself. He knew damn well he wasn't a white man. He knew he'd never going to be accepted by white folk. He knew every time he looked in the mirror, he saw a black man, a black male. He got his shit together. When he came, he could have went anywhere, could have done anything. He came to Chicago, went to the South Side, didn't go to the West Side. Because West Side has a stigma. And at that time, the West Side, when he came to Chicago, it was still whites on that part of town. It was still whites on that part of town. And it was still, but the South Side, black South Side had this reputation. He needed to get his nigger credit real quick. And the reason why I use that term, that's how people think. That's how a certain group of black people think. Now he's the president. He don't have anything to do with us. All he's hanging around. He's doing a dinner at Sarah Jessica Parker's house. He's hanging with George Clooney. He's doing this with this person and that. President Obama is caught up in the same trap that Jay-Z, Kanye, Beyonce, Oprah, and so many black people, well-to-do or famous black people are. You calling that trap? You that? What's Paul Mooney said? The illusion of conclusion. What's that? I can't think. I'm sorry. Illusion of conclusion. Illusion of inclusion. The illusion of inclusion. I'm sorry. The illusion of inclusion. That's what he said. So many of our brothers and sisters don't understand why white people do the things they do, because at a young age it was never explained. It was always said, just ignore it. They're just stupid. Pray for them. That's the worst thing you can tell a black child, a black toddler, a black kid, a black teenager, a young adult. This is why I say the black church has let our people down. This is why I say our institutions have let our people down. This is why the education system, I mean, you go to a predominantly black school and you don't have none of your teachers telling you like they did back in the day, we demand excellence from you. You don't use these terms. Now, a lot of our part of me would love to put all this shit on Jay, but I can't because this shit's been going on for too long. It's just that the thing is, these fools and sold our people out. This is why I don't use the term field nigger, house nigger, and other terms that I've coined or we may have said over the years. This is why I use the term Sambo, coon, handkerchief head. Because those were the slurs that people said when they knew they couldn't get away with saying nigger anymore. Notice, you can't even, right now, you got black folks saying N-word. We can't even have a discussion about the word anymore because white folks got it so twisted and got so confused and conflicted. Gwyneth Paltrow knew better. She's a part of Generation X. Me, her, Jay-Z, Kanye, Beyonce, we are on the same fucking age group. We were born right after the quote-unquote civil rights movement supposed to end. We're the children who saw firsthand what racism was. Those born in the 90s and up until this point, they don't understand it because the media sent this false sense of racial harmony and shit. We don't live in a fair society. We don't live in a just society. We don't live in a colorblind society. I got to just look at listen to the attacks on Mr. Obama. Look how the media still bring up Chris Brown every move Chris makes. People gonna say, well, that's not a racial actor. He hit Rihanna. There's a lot of men that hit their wives. A lot of famous people hit their wives or girlfriends, and they don't get talked about like this every day. Didn't Mario sucker punch his mother? Media barely talked about it. Oh, I forgot. He wasn't making little girls get moist between the legs. Little white girls, I should say. And for the dream to say we giving it too much power, okay, brother. When the next white cop pull your ass up and put a gun in you and call you a nigger, don't come crying saying, it was racism. I was being discriminated against.